Welcome to another fine session of High Vibe Channeling on this January 8th. And for our first session, we have the new debut entity of Dragon Energy from Artur Domowicz. And he thrilled us a couple of weeks ago by bringing in the Saturnian Nine, or the Council of the Nine. And he is going to come in again and bring in his new energies, and we're all excited about that. And you can find more of him on his uh, YouTube page, Artur144, and check out some of his music. He is a channeler, and we are glad to welcome him back. And Artur, please mention anything else that you might like for us to know. I think that was the wrong button.
Yeah, he'll be back, I'm sure.
Yes, we'll be sure to admit him.
Yeah.
There he is. We'll edit that little part out.
That was so on time. I guess my connection got a little spotty there. Thank you so much for having me. I'm really so grateful. This is a beautiful opportunity that how to put it in words. I have been very nervous about channeling. And at some point, it's something that I felt very passionate about, feel very passionate about. And so I know it's so important to practice. And I just put it out there in the universe. I said, well, if it's supposed to be, then I guess the opportunity is going to present itself. And then synchronistically on that day, you invited me, you asked me, and I took it as a sign to finally step into that. And to this day, I feel very nervous before I start to go into it. And today, for myself, as I do the automatic writing, it became so apparent that I I am being um, encouraged to just do it. And as the more I do it, the easier it comes. And you guys know how it is. And we do this together. So we are there for each other. And I'm so grateful for each and every one of you. Truly.
And we are blessed to have you, my friend.
Thank you.
And now we're ready for some dragon energy, if you're ready to bring it.
So the way I understand this time, we're going to start with a little bit toning as they will share some frequencies first with us.
Whatever you need. Thank you.
We are here. We are now here for you. We have been coined as dragons. In your past, multidimensional, we are in nature, synonymous with the creative flow. Guides we are to Artur. Today, we would like to speak about the idea of slaying the dragon, if such a thing can be done. For non-physical we are, nevertheless. You are acquainted, most of you, with myths and legends of a hero or a heroine going out and slaying a dragon. And in some way, you could say that this has been accomplished. If you look around you, if you look at your society, where people do what they think they have to do, what they think they must do, rather than doing what their passion is calling them to do, for doing what you think that you have to do, that you must do, going against your own nature, is equivalent to restricting your creative flow. In that sense, you could say that you are slaying your own dragon whenever you allow yourself not to follow your excitement, not to follow your passion. Your energy becomes rigid and stagnant, but you never are cut off from your creative flow. However, you can have a real experience and feel as if you are cut off from the creative flow, disconnected from source, which is why we also wish to share with you how you can resurrect the dragons. This is done by being creative, by finding ways, creative ways, in which you can then allow yourself to enjoy each and every task that you go through throughout the day, no matter how mundane it may seem at first. You can begin by being grateful for life in and of itself, for the breath that you can take, of this electromagnetic energy that sustains you. And then you can take it from there. It is all up to you. It's all in your hands. How you carry yourself, how you pastor your energy, how you go through the challenges that you have laid out before yourself from a higher perspective. We thank you for allowing us to share ourselves with you in this way, and we are open to queries at this time.
Luis?
Yeah, an honor to be in your presence.
It is our honor.
I have been following dragon energies for some time, and I have heard a number of channelers that have channeled various aspects of that energy. One particular one in the last 6-8 months has been touting that two primordial dragon streams have come on Earth to express themselves as some of the other ones that we're going to call primal energies will follow. I'd like to take your perspective on what that is or may be for us.
From our perspective, these are the 7 vibrations that make up the frequency that we carry. Love, joy, peace, long-suffering, gentleness, kindness, and faith in yourself, in your abilities. Faith in your personal power. These are the vibrations that make up the frequency that we carry. 7, the most spiritual number of all. It does all the balancing. Balance is required.
And their appearance at this point is also a confirmation of the shift. Is that correct?
As the frequency is rising, more and more people begin to remember, begin to establish connections to their lives, to their expressions in Lemuria. The dragon energy is connected to Lemuria. You have shifted through the connections to Atlantis, and as you keep shifting upwards, Lemuria is next. And you will raise your frequency beyond this.
Thank you. I yield.
And that is amazing. I had never heard the frequency. I know there's really no hierarchy, but I really enjoyed that. That really resonated with me. Thank you so much for bringing your energy. Do you have any representations on Earth? I know that you're non-physical, but there are lots of non-physical energies on Earth. Can you shed some light on that, please?
We are drawn to those who wish to be of service to others. We are also drawn to those who wish to resurrect the creative flow within humanity. This is why we are here and now, for you. Each and every one of you carries the highest frequency already. It is just the way that you have been going through life, that you are not aware of this to some degree or other. Of course, this varies from person to person. But as people begin to awaken, it is the time to play together.
Thank you for that. Angie?
Hi, thank you so much for coming and for your transmission. That was wonderful. I was wondering, I have heard in the past that just as every human has a guardian angel, every human has some kind of dragon guardian as well. Is this correct? How does that work?
Each and every one of you has thousands of connections, those which are relevant for you, depending on where you are in your evolution, in your process, depending on the path that you have laid out for yourself before you incarnated. These connections come online at the right time, so you can trust your timing. You do not have to be concerned about if you have this connection or not. Trust your timing. Every connection that is of service to you in the moment fires up at that moment. You all have these connections, each and every one of you.
Great, thank you.
We thank you.
Anita?
Thank you very much for this interaction. I am very honored to be in your presence. When you said we will raise our vibration above that of Lemuria, did I understand you correctly? And if so, could you expound on that, please?
As you will be joined by other civilizations, as you will merge with these civilizations together, you will step up your frequency beyond what you have experienced thus far, beyond what you have experienced in Lemuria as well. Together, you're sent together.
Do you have any suggestions of how we as human beings could raise our vibration and frequency? I know of some teachings, but your suggestions would be helpful, please.
Be loving, be kind to each other, have understanding, have compassion, follow your excitements. You know these teachings. It's not that complicated. It's rather simple, really. You work together, you ascend together.
Thank you. Thank you very much.
We thank you.
And with your energies, it seems to me like you would work very closely with the tall whites and the inner earth beings who have been on this planet since it was formed. Can you tell us a little bit more about your connections with them and about them also, please?
Yes, these beings are here also for that reason. These beings have been integrating. These beings, after a few generations, understand themselves to be earthlings as well. You are one family. The differences should be celebrated. It is the flavor of life, the spice of life, as you say. Artur, we reached out to him many years ago. We sent him messages. He was sitting and drawing the album cover of a CD that he bought as he was discovering music for himself. At the time, he felt very passionate about this album, an album by Guns N' Roses. The cover, it said, "Use your illusion." He was drawing this cover. He was drawn to the colors, to the frequency. Yet he did not fully understand why. It said, "Use your illusion." You either use your illusion or it begins to use you. And then you fall for the story that you are being told about yourself by others. These beings have managed, despite the earth frequency, to remain in the heart center, to remain true to their own story. And this is the frequency that they hold for earth, that they hold for the children of earth. They share through this frequency with humanity what humanity can do for itself as well.
Excellent. I really appreciate that. Thank you.
Well,
Angie?
thank you.
So I'm curious, aside from being loving to others and keeping your frequency high, are there any kind of techniques for us to be able to sense our dragon guides and such like that? Dragons in particular, anything that's kind of more geared towards them as opposed to just regular guides or, other guides out there?
We support you greatly in your creativity, your creative flow. This is how we open you up to that connection that you always have so that you can shift your awareness towards your creativity, because you truly are the most creative beings in your solar system. This is a way for us, this portal of imagination. The portal of imagination, you could say, is the dragon portal. When you play, when you are creative, music, arts, we play with you.
Wow, that's really great to know. Thank you so much.
We thank you.
So I am associating the dragon energy with life force, creative, primordial creation of all that is in our universe, for lack of a better. And so the streams, the 7 streams that the 7 primordial dragons represent, which you already stated, they're arriving in certain order, not arriving, they're being amplified again or brought more into awareness in a certain. What is the order?
The more you look, the more you will perceive. And the more you perceive, the more will be shown to you. The order is really up to you, in which ways you wish to open yourself up to this. For some, it may be a few of these at once, even all. It depends also on the path that you have laid out before yourself. It is always the path of least resistance for us. We are always here for you, always holding this frequency.
I do a ceremony with fire and I call upon the primordial dragons and I actually give them a name. I call them dragons of the cosmic fire. And
Yes.
I believe very strongly that they respond instantaneously
Yes.
to it.
You are building the bridge. You are the bridge.
Thank you.
We thank you.
Thank you. I yield to Christiana Anna.
Thank you, Luis. Hello, and thank you for this co-creation.
Greetings.
Greetings to you. There is an interesting synchronicity because today I got some dragon representations into my home, and I wanted to ask if you could comment on our connection.
Synchronicity is the path of least resistance. It is the language of your physical reality, showing you, telling you, you are on the right path, you are on the right track, you are onto something. And once again, the more you look, the more will be shown to you.
Thank you.
We thank you.
Come on, Angie.
Okay, so I have more questions. I know that dragons are non-physical, but of course they have been portrayed in myth. But what I'm curious about is they've been portrayed so many different ways. There's the winged dragon, there's the Eastern dragon, there's the water dragon. And I was wondering if you could kind of expound on why there are these variants, what they stand for, maybe even why I resonate so deeply with the water dragon, these kind of things. Thank you.
Thank you. Each and every one of you is made up of the elements. Each and every one of you is a different mix of these elements. We are present within these elements. And so each and every one of you interprets us differently. People have tried to summon us. Not all people have done so for the right reasons, if you can say right reasons. For the reasons of self-service, of selfishness, for the reasons of accumulating power over others, to tower over others, attaching the ego to this connection, which is an illusion. many have been used by their own illusion rather than using the illusion for a higher purpose. Empires, political systems, these things in which the ego has played a big role. It has not begun in those ways. It began for service to others. Eventually, it was corrupted. But we are not being persuaded. We recognize energy, we read energy, and we are drawn to those who wish to be of service to others, drawn to those who wish to be of greater service to others, especially drawn to those who sometimes even burn themselves out in the process, for we wish to help them balance themselves. And we are also drawn to those who are the renegades, who withstand the pressure of society and who find the creative ways, a way to uphold the creative flow, to bring it back, to be an example to others, so that they can do this for themselves as well. But we are within the elements. The creative flow is within everything.
That's fascinating. Thank you so much.
We thank you.
And it's interesting that you come to us when we are really exercising our passions. And I know there are several channelers here. Would you be able to give us any hints or permission slips that we might be able to bring some of your energy in ourselves?
That depends on what your expertise is. We like that permission slip with the fire, the cosmic fire, the spiritual fire, the fire in the middle, the pyramid. Some love to build pyramids, others love to write songs. Some like to draw or to paint, others like to dance. It is all within this creative process. We are excited and attracted by this as well. We love to see you light up. We see this spiritual fire in your heart. And we love to rekindle that.
Excellent. I look forward to being rekindled. Wendy and Dave?
Hi, thank you so much for this interaction. I do appreciate the beautiful energy. I resonated with virtually everything you said, of course, and I just wanted to comment on this, the idea of the creative path. You touched on exactly, and you, Ray, asking that question too about permission slips was perfect timing, because my comment was really about the imagination and how I have come to connect with what I understand as the dragon energy for me through oracle cards, dragon oracle cards. And so that was one of the things I wanted to say was through my imagination, through the creative spirit of the person who created the cards, and even though it seems as if it's a maybe small tool or a tool that's it for me, it really helped me connect with that feeling, that energy in a profound yet also very loving, open energy, and my own layers of understanding, I guess, of that idea. So I just wanted to say that that was one of the ways I love through my own creative energy and through painting, etc., and light language, um, de- entertaining that connection, and through that method, if you will.
We thank you very much for this comment. You see, the more you look, the more it's shown to you, the more you act on it, the more it's given to you, and you are expanding yourself. You found very expanding ways to tap into this creative flow, and there is no stopping you. We thank you for that. The more power to you,
Thank
the
you.
more of your own personal power.
Thank you. I love it.
We thank you.
You speak so much about creativity and it lighting us up and everything, and I really resonate with that because my creative streak is probably, well, I do love art, but writing and there's no better way to say it other than it would light me up. I mean, it just lit me up. But I have been through some interesting times recently, and all of that has been kind of snuffed out. And so I'm wondering, um, one part of me wants to say, how do you suggest I rekindle that? But another part is wondering, if you can sense if I'm in a liminal place, if I'm in the soil waiting before the seed sprouts into something new. Is there something to be said for me to not try to force my way back into my passion? It's just been so long. I miss it. But if I'm not ready yet, I don't want to be premature either. So I'd love your thoughts on that.
We thank you very much for this query because there are very many who are going through this process right now as the old cycle is ending and as you are beginning the new cycle. Towards the end of the old cycle, all of the things that still needed to come to the surface, that still needed to be processed, they had to come to the surface, they had to be processed. And so it's important to allow yourself to feel in this way, in the way that you feel, to use up this energy emotion, these emotions. And as you do so, in the divine timing, in your timing, all your passions and excitements and new passions and excitements will begin to bloom and blossom. So all that you have to do is simply be yourself, allow yourself to feel all of these emotions to the fullest. It is all in divine timing. And then you will begin to bloom and blossom like the flowers in the field. You will not be able to resist these new and old excitements that will resurface again.
Oh, that's so good to hear. Thank you. It is. It gets to the place where you can't resist it. It's like this fever. You have to get it out. So I can't wait for that to come back. Thank you for that reassurance. I appreciate it.
Thank you.
And we're all really enjoying your energy and your answers. Do you have a personal message for me, please?
Yes, you see, sometimes you find yourself doing what maybe others should be doing. It is important that you allow others to have their lessons for themselves. You do not wish to stand in their way, in the way of life, teaching them the lessons that they need to experience through their own actions. But by what we mean is follow your excitement, follow your passion, and allow others to clean up after themselves so that they can learn their lessons, deal with the consequences of their actions, and not bog you down, if that makes sense.
It does make sense, and thank you very much for that perspective. I appreciate that. Luis, please.
Thank you. Since we got into personal messages, I would like to see if I can get a personal message, please.
Yeah, gladly. The first thought that comes to you, you can trust it. The question is the answer. It did not come up for no reason. You can trust it.
Thank
It
you.
is the confirmation, all the confirmation that you need.
Thank you.
We thank you.
Angie?
Okay, so this question's a little different. From what I understand, the dragon energy is one of the most primordials, one of the closest energies to source creator. And I would love to know if that's actually true. And either way, what is the dragon energy's dynamic with source creator at this time, especially?
You could say, you could relate it to fatherly energy. It has been misunderstood sometimes for fearsome. It can be fierce because you are to be bold. You are to be bold and to shine brightly. That means that you have to stand your ground, that you have to be steadfast sometimes. But it is not to be feared, just like a good father is not to be feared. A good father does not put fear in the hearts of his children. And you all are, we all are, the children of creation.
Okay, that's very interesting. Okay, so you don't have any specific kind of purposes in terms of source creator at this time, other than being to be guides for us during this raising of vibration.
We are flowing, and by us flowing, we invite you to flow with us, to fly with us, to grow back your wings.
That is so beautiful. Thank you.
We thank you.
Go ahead, Anita.
Thank you again for this interaction. You had said either we use our illusion or be used by the illusion. Could you explain this a little further, please?
Yes, it's about the heart space. When you are in your heart space, you are in the here and now, and you see clearly things for what they are. When you are back in the ego mind, you sometimes get lost in your story, sometimes even in the story that the world and others are telling you about yourself. So the more you allow yourself to be within your core frequency, which is very, very, very high, the more you allow yourself to be in your heart space, the more you see through the illusion, the more you can play with the illusion. From that perspective, it is easy to always tell yourself a new story, a different story, and not to get caught up in the illusion of the ego.
Thank you. Thank you. That is very, very helpful. May I ask another question?
Of course.
Do you have any particular message for me?
Trust yourself. You are on the right path. You are here through pure synchronicity, meaning that you already are deeply rooted and highly connected. And that's all that you need. You have
Thank
already
you.
everything that you need. We thank you.
Thank you very much.
Yes, I was curious, since all consciousness sets themselves up with challenges, what challenges might you experience for your flow?
For us, the challenge was to get through to many of you. For us, the challenge was to accept that often we were misunderstood, that we were made out to be something that we are not. The challenge was for us to bring up that compassion. And you all are the masters of compassion, for you are going through it. You are in the midst of it all. And we admire this.
And thank you for that. And I'm glad that you were able to overcome our challenges and come through with us tonight. We really
We learn from
appreciate
each
that.
other. We learn from each other.
Yes, thank you.
You are student, teacher, teacher, student, and so are we. Not one greater than the other. We all play our parts.
Anyone else with a question? Bill?
Sure. Is the term dragon path that some people use, is it just a coincidence that the word dragon is found in it? Is there some other connection with what you refer to as the dragon energy of yourself? The dragon path being a place on the earth that has a certain kind of energy that some people are sensitive to.
Yes, there is the Kundalini of the earth. This path moves or is shaped like a serpent, like a dragon. It is the Kundalini of the earth. Some people are very sensitive to this. These areas will play a bigger role once again in your idea of the future.
Thank you for that.
We thank you.
I know that you are you're helping out with the flow in many different energies. Would that include the grid lines of the earth as well?
Yes, that is correct. As it is time, there are also others, such as the magnetic master. There are others who are working with this, who are helping to realign the energies. It's a realignment, rekindling of the creative flow within Gaia as well.
And I'm assuming that is for the other planets and the sun as well?
It is all connected.
Thank you.
All planets are playing their part in this orchestration. It is a divine orchestration.
Thank you. Anita?
Yes, thank you so much. You had mentioned about the Kundalini of the earth, and it is playing a role in our future. Could you tell us where that location is on earth?
This information is available to you on your internet. So we invite you on a journey. There are those who are grid keepers. They are very aware of this, and they feel very passionate about this work, and they will gladly share with you more about this.
Yes, thank you. I will enjoy discovering that.
In the Northern Hemisphere, you will see this. It will become much more apparent to you once you look at it. It will almost present itself by itself to you.
Nice, very much. And can you explain how it will impact our future?
You will learn to work with Gaia. You will recognize her intelligence, and you will establish open contact with these
Wow.
energies of Gaia. Gaia will respond. The more you look, the more she will show. Through elementals, through the Sasquatch, through all her energies.
Thank you. Thank
We
you.
thank
That
you.
is very exciting.
It is. To us as well.
Take it away, Angie.
Thanks. So I know that you have mentioned working with the grid, working with frequency, our frequency helping us raise it. Is there also like clearing or cleansing that you're doing in terms of the metaphorical fire?
In actuality, we would like to tell you that this was something that was more required in that what you call your past. But since so much light has already come to the planet, and since so much more light is now coming to the planet, all you have to do is to enter a room in order to clear it. Your vibration, your frequency, the light that you carry is all that is needed.
So you're not doing any kind of global scale fire cleansing of any sort like that. That's not
What it is
needed
about
anymore.
is about the shifting of the consciousness to help humanity shift its consciousness, which allows for everything to fall into place. The magnetic shift, that has already occurred, but there are other grids that have nothing to do with that, that are not physical, and that are not even mentioned in your history, in your myths or your legends. Once all these grids are perfectly aligned, then everything will become much more apparent. You will feel this in your heart space. It will be a big shift.
Wow, so when you speak of all these grids aligning, that makes me think of the Earth's infamous wobble. Will that still be around after that, or is that something that will be rectified?
Everything in divine time.
But you foresee she will go back to how she originally was without the wobble? Is that what you're thinking?
The wobble is necessary. The wobble is what it is.
Okay, so that will stay.
The shift is the internal shift within the magnetics, but also within the crystalline grid and within all these grids. The
So
crystalline
the wobble is by design. It needs to be there for cycles and stuff.
yes,
Is that what you mean?
the
Okay.
cycles are
Okay.
necessary. This is a place of cycles. These
Gotcha.
cycles are very unique on Earth. Earth is the place of cycles. And these cycles are also the cycles of your consciousness.
Oh, that's fascinating. Okay, thank you so much.
We thank you. Your consciousness has created this world, has created these cycles, so that the consciousness can go through these cycles, which allows for darkness to be transformed into light. It is perfect for what it is.
So you are a collective of dragons.
Of extra dimensional energies.
Extra dimensional energies. Now,
interpreted as dragons, but we understand what you say.
yeah. And so you have already connected deeply with the planet. You
Yes.
have. Okay.
Yes, we always have been.
You always have. And so it is the human that forgot and is now tried to be brought into it.
Let us put
So
it this way. You have stacked it all up so that you can knock it all down. All these challenges, even the dark times. It was your choice from a higher perspective, and as a collective, you set up this master class with all of these challenges, with all of these hurdles, so that you can show yourself your own personal power, so that you get to know yourself from new perspectives. the moment you asked yourself, how did I get to be who I am? You went through these experiences, you manifested for yourself these challenges. And now you are on your path, the path that you have laid out before yourself. How you go through this path is up to you. But you will go through this path and you will reach your goal. From our perspective, you have already accomplished all of this. You now simply are going through.
So every time we expand it into a higher mm, set of vibrations, and then
Yeah.
we collapse it again to
Not really
expand
collapse.
it again.
Sometimes you forget. You go through the forgetting, which helps you to go through these cycles again. But you go then through these cycles with a higher frequency. So you experience them differently. But now is the time of remembering. There will be a time when children born on earth won't be forgetting. They will remember. They will remember not the details, but they will remember the qualities. They will remember the skill set, and they will pick up right where they left off, taking it so much faster to a whole nother octave, to a higher octave.
So I am remembering that the fire is in me.
It is eternal,
Yeah.
everlasting.
Thank you.
We thank you.
Ray?
Yes, I'm assuming that you do not view anything in its physical form and you just access and understand us by our divine resonance, our energy signatures, correct?
Yes, we read your light, we read your energy, we read your frequency, we feel it, we scan it.
Excellent. I guess that includes all of our counterparts and probable selves in this reality as well.
Yes,
That's what I thought. Thank you. Appreciate that.
thank
Angie?
you.
Okay, so a while ago I had heard a channeling and they were disclosing uh a how do I say it? They were channeling a dragon queen, and she was talking about how in, I believe it's the Orion constellation, there is maybe the largest portal in our universe there, which the dragon queen maybe is even responsible for guarding. Um, do you know anything about this?
You can relate to this dragon queen as the divine feminine. It is the biggest portal, looking at the 12 portals around Earth. It was desired by those who wish to control this, which is of course reflected in your history on Earth, where you saw, and to some degree still see, religious systems suppressing the divine feminine. So we would say it is guarded, and it is opened up to those who are balanced within themselves, who balance within themselves divine feminine, divine masculine, because all of you have these energies, are made up of these energies. So in a way, it is accessible to all of you. Some keep themselves from accessing it through their own imbalances.
Well, that's fascinating because yes, I think part of her story was that um, uh, beings and essences came through the portal, maybe from a parallel universe type of thing, and she was um, taken, so to speak. And that does sound sort of like the and oppressed. So that does sound like our story as well. That's very interesting. And so now I'm wondering, is there in this cycle, since all beings have our polar or our shadow side that we're working through and integrating, is that also happening with the dragons? Because of course we've all heard of the influences and the histories with the Alpha Draconians, the Alpha Dracos, and I'm wondering, is that the shadow side of the dragon energy, or is that just kind of uh, a narrative that has just been made up over time, or are they actually being integrated also at this time?
You could relate to some degree to it in that way, as above, so below. Higher frequency does not automatically mean better. Higher frequency is simply different. And yes, they also are going through the evolution. They also are being integrated. And there are aspects of Draconians who are already fully integrated, who are in peace and in love, who are non-physical, who are on the Council of Light. It's all as above, so below.
Yeah,
And
that's beautiful.
yes, we thank you.
Thank you.
Heidi, please.
Hi, thank you. I wanted to ask, because right now I feel like I'm in a period of rest personally. And I wanted to ask if you could share anything about whether dragon energy takes time to express itself in that way in rest, and what is that like?
It is flow, it is rest, it is rejuvenation, it is appreciation for beauty, for nature, for all that is divine. In great appreciation and great gratitude, there is flow as well, allowing for this energy to simply flow through you, to restore you, to refresh you, to enliven you once again. And once that is accomplished, then the fire will automatically, naturally, synchronistically rekindle within you. So it is important to rest, to balance yourself, so that you don't burn out through this strong energy that you carry.
Wow, that was profound, beautiful. Thank you.
We thank you.
And we have no more questions at this time. Do you have a parting message for us, please?
Allow yourself to flow, to go with the flow, for your flow knows where you need to go. And if you do so, you will find yourself exactly where you need to be, when you need to be, and with whom you need to be at all times. Don't overcomplicate it. Feel. Don't think too much. That is our message to you.
And thank you so much. This has been a very enlightening session, and we appreciate all of your energy and your detailed answers and your love for us in coming through. May we all flow with you going forward. Thank you.
We thank you wholeheartedly for allowing us to come through, for opening and widening the dragon portal within each and every one of you. We thank you.
Thank you.
Well done, Artur.
Thank you so much, guys. Wow.
That was some special stuff, I got to tell you.
That was so great.
Wow. Thank you, guys.
But
Wow. I was so nervous at the beginning.
I got questions for the next session that you do on that. I mean, it's just like mind-boggling that when it
Wow.
opens up.
Wow.
Yeah,
Wow.
their energy was amazing.
I didn't know what's going to be. I didn't know what it's going to be. I was so nervous to start So they just gave me like, start with this sentence. They gave me the first sentence because I was like a little bit afraid of this, like anxious, but then it just started to flow. I'm so grateful to each
I
and every one.
related to everything you said, Artur, about the nervousness, and it's been so long, and same thing. I was feeling exactly the same thing. So you're not alone.
Thank you. Thank you.
And you don't have to feel it going forward because you just rocked our world. So thank you.
Right.
Thank you
Yeah,
so much.
I could have
Yeah.
kept asking questions all night long.
Well, that's not new.
No. Well, yeah, but some inspire me more than others. And I could have, yeah, that was great. It was so great. And you embodied exactly what they were giving us the message about the flow. So it was coming right through you, just as they were
They
telling us.
they were swaying me. I was just like, I couldn't sit still.
Well, yeah, you were flowing, you were soaring around.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
after Angie starts channeling, then we're going to have everybody else step up to fill in that other half of the session.
Right.
Uh, thank you.
It was really awesome. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you so much.
And so was your prior session.
Man,
It was something, man. I tell you.
I
You're
feel so
fit-
glad.
Yep, you're hitting your stride. You're riding the dragon's back.
There is something
Dragon
about this new
Rider.
cycle. There's something about this new cycle.
Yes.
Have they told you that you're a dragon rider? Because Ray's right. You feel like a dragon rider.
I my logo is a dragon that eats its own tail. And I always loved the dragons, but I never knew that it's going to lead up to this. I was always a big fan of Bruce Lee, and I always felt drawn to dragon energy. But I didn't know there's a dragon energy at the time. I just loved the symbols and everything surrounding it. But I misunderstood it too. There was a time when I was very drawn to the power and the strength, and but now it is a gentle energy, a very loving energy, a wise and kind energy. But when you're young, uh, you are drawn to other things. You want to conquer the world, and you want to show people that you are this, that you're that. And the ego attaches itself, but that's not what they're about.
But wouldn't you say that they're even in their might that you were tapping into before? I mean, I feel like they are mighty in their love energy. I mean, so it's
Yeah.
almost like you might have been tapping in just to, you were tapping in. They're fierce in their love energy.
Yeah,
Hmm.
you're right. You're right. They love fiercely, which sometimes you need to be just long suffering. That means you need to have patience and love throughout all challenges. That means sometimes, many times, you don't put yourself first. And that's and yeah. Sometimes I was thinking, am I putting myself last, and then should I not stand up more for myself? But it's the loving way is many times a different way. And when you go through things long enough, things start to crystallize themselves, and you look back, and then you realize, no, there was actually the better path, the more loving way. The more loving thing to do is sometimes to endure things. Not in all situations, of course. If you see people are being abusive and they just want to take advantage of people, different story. You cannot deprive these people then from their lessons in life, because then you don't allow them to grow, and then you make yourself miserable as well, and then you don't create beautiful energy. But you have to recognize it, then you have to see if others are getting the point, if they are willing to grow and to learn. Yeah.
Thank you. I love the part about our imagination is the dragon's hoard.
Yeah. Yeah. They talked in the first time they came through for me, they talked about the Rainbow Bridge. And so I'm very interested in all of that. It's the imagination is the portal. Yeah.
Great. And I hope you're going to stick around for the next session.
Oh, glad.
with Wendy and Dave.
Oh
That's
yeah.
exactly what they said too, Artur, that I heard that too, the same thing that that energy is it's a portal, and there was something else I was going to say that just was something off of Ray, what Ray was just going to say, but
It's gonna come to you.
yeah, if it needs to.
If it needs to, yeah. But each and every one of us, I understand, is the portal. Each and every one of us. You know, we all have that access.
The imagination, that's it. That was what they said. The imagination is the portal. That's what was I kept hearing over and over again throughout the entire time you were channeling. It was like the imagination is the portal. It was so emphatic. So yeah, thanks.
Yeah, they gave such great advice. Really substantial and like just insight was so great. And like yeah, like when he said, when they said that's the way you tap into them is through your imagination also. I mean, that is just so huge and profound. So great.
Thank you so much. Thank you. Oh my
Thank you.
All right, we're going to wrap this session up, and we'll be back in 3 minutes or so with our next special session with Wendy Wolf and Dave Yellen and the message from the Syrian beings who asked to come through tonight. One moment, please.